This is the Art of Network Engineering podcast. In this podcast, we'll explore tools, technologies, and talented people. We aim to bring you information to expand your skill sets and toolbox and share the stories of fellow network engineers.
Welcome to the Art of Network Engineering podcast. My name is Aaron. I am one of your co-hosts, along with my other three co-hosts, starting with AJ, No Blinky Blinky Murray.
What's up?
The one and only No Blinky Blinky. The No Blinky Blinky is referring to the light, right? That means you have a problem.
That's right.
It's no Blinky Blinky.
The lack of link status light.
Yeah, it means you got no Blinky Blinky, sir. That makes a lot more sense when you tell the story, because I feel like we've been saying your at for, like months, and then all of a sudden it's like, holy crap. That's what I mean. If you don't ask, you won't know. There you go.
That's
Lesson of the day. Mr. Andrew Lapteff. That's right. You're in trouble.
What up, homie?
What up, dog? Would it be like?
Chilling like a villain.
Chilling. Daniel.
Howdy.
You guys know who we are by now. I'll spare you the wherever books are sold routine. We do have a very special guest with us today, and he comes by way of Mr. Lapteff here. They used to work together. That's all I'm going to say as far as spoiling the fun goes. But, Mansoor, how about you just tell us what you do today real quickly, what your title is. But just introduce us and tell us what your title is.
Sure. How's everybody doing? I work at Cisco. I'm an HTTS engineer at Cisco.
Okay, so you work at the TAC.
Yes.
Work at the TAC, and not as any TAC, right? You're like in the tier 77 TAC.
No, man, not at all. I'm still learning. I work at out of Richardson, Texas. Support AT&T and Google, and yeah, man, it's a whole lot of fun working over there.
I can imagine, but before we go any further to get into how you ended up there, because I think that's important, just to be clear, you said that you support AT&T and Google, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if someone at Google has a networking problem, they call who?
Well, they call a lot of people, yeah, but they call
No.
us.
Who's the last person they call? Actually, no, that's not how TAC works. Who's the first person they call?
Yeah, that'll be me.
Yeah, actually, no. Besides you, it's usually me first, then you, because it's always the internet's problem.
Yeah.
So somebody at Google is like, oh man, I don't know how to do this on a Cisco iOS or iOS XE device. Let me just call Mansoor. He's like, well, I know that you guys don't know much over there at Google, but let me help you out a little bit. you guys are pathetic. Let me help.
Yeah.
What is it this time?
No, I wish.
Are you stuck inactive again? Is that what it is? So yeah, you got a super sweet job. So now I'm just gonna get right into it, man. How did you end up at the TAC? Start us at you're graduating high school, if you graduated high school.
Oh, yeah, I did, man. Well, I got a weird. Well, it's a weird story, man. So I graduated high school in 2002, and then after graduating, I had some immigration issues. I could just put it at that.
Okay.
Then after immigration issues, we actually had to. I had to leave the country for a little bit, and I could re-enter again with the correct immigration status. That put it that way.
What country are you from, though?
Pakistan.
Like, you were born in Pakistan?
Yep. I was born in Pakistan. I moved out here when I was 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Somewhere around there. Or 6, it could be 7 too. I don't know.
Gotcha. Cool.
But it's been a while. But yeah, after that, when I came back, it really, actually, our family wasn't really, real like rich. So I had to go right to work, man. So I tried looking for work. I couldn't find anything. And I did my graduation and everything in Pakistan. I came back. But yeah, man, the closest job I could find was a gas station. So I started working at a gas station, pumping gas. And after that, you know, somebody helped me out with, they said, yo, you know what? Why don't you, I talk a lot. So you know, I can talk to anybody.
Same.
So I actually ran into a good friend of mine, and he said that, hey, you know what? Why don't you get a trucking license? You know, it's a lot of money in that. So I was like, okay, cool, man. You know, I'm not getting nothing on my job offer, so yeah, might as well. So I started driving trucks. I did that was a funny story too, because I actually had to apply for a hazmat. And when I applied for a hazmat, and because of my full name is Muhammad Mansoor Alam.
Oh my
so,
gosh, no way.
Dude, I applied for a hazmat. Usually it takes 30 days. Mine took 72 days, man.
I should
so I even called
that. But like, dude, that's so good. I love that you find humor in that. Like, that's the best part
No, it is, man. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally I got cleared and stuff, so started delivering gas to all the gas stations. Not all, well, it was mostly like Sunoco, a lot of Sunoco. So learned a lot of cool things. Then after that, did a lot of I drove taxi in New York. I drove I did black cars. I don't know if you know, like limos.
Yeah.
So did a lot of you know, you gotta survive, baby. I wasn't, you know, you gotta pay rent. So we did it all together.
Hey,
me and my brothers.
Don't look at us like we're judging the hustle over here, because we're certainly
Oh
not.
no.
And you met Andy at one of your places of work, so it couldn't have been that bad, right? I mean, because he doesn't have any room to judge. Also, the fact that you told us that you had to tell us that people can't see you, right? Because obviously we're on a podcast, but I don't think anyone in this world was questioning whether or not you had ever been to New York. Let's just put it that way.
Oh.
that thought had never crossed anybody's mind. They were like, oh, and we have a New Yorker on the line here.
I tried a lot, man, to get rid of my
no, it's great. I love
get rid of my accent.
No,
but
it's cool.
Cause I had a lot of interviews, and people were like, first when they see where I graduated in Pakistan, they started speaking. As soon as I start speaking, they're like, where did you go to school again? I was like, oh man, it's a long story, man.
So wait, you graduated high school in Pakistan?
No, graduated high school here. I actually went to Jersey High School, Old Bridge High School.
Got it. And then you went to Pakistan for college?
Yeah, I had to go because of immigration.
Yeah, the immigration
issues.
thing, right. So while you were there, you were like, you know, let me just knock college out, I guess. Or...
Yeah. Because you know what was, honestly speaking, Aaron, we didn't have enough funds actually to even for me to attend school over here.
Oh.
You know what I mean? We weren't. Well, that's because the main reason we came to the United States was my mom actually had cancer.
Oh wow.
So and my father loved my mom, you know. So my father was in the airlines. So he they used to get a lot of like British doctors and stuff coming in, and they used to say, hey, so they were real cool with my father. My father was a big dog in his rank. So they just said, hey man, if you love your wife, take her out of Pakistan, either go to UK or United States.
Yeah,
exactly.
Better medical care. Is that?
Yes, exactly. So my aunt, thank God, she was a head nurse here in Queens. So but she was, she's my aunt, like my grandma. She's everything to me, man.
Right.
You know, so they took us in. So we lived with them for a long time, and yeah, man.
What was after that?
Trucks.
So you did after the taxis and stuff. You did the trucks.
Yeah, I kind of did. I was working a lot, man.
Yeah.
I even did some bouncing work too. I bounced at this club named Abyss. So
you might not be able to tell from the camera, but Mansoor is a big boy.
You can't tell someone.
How big a boy are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a job for Dan. So how big are you? How much do you weigh?
All right, let's get to it. How big of a boy are you?
Big enough to be a bouncer in New York City.
Ain't nobody too big to be whooped though. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, man. It was a very experiencing, good. Well, I would say good experience in a way. But
why is that?
man,
Why is that? Why was it a good
experience?
experience?
Good experience. Honestly speaking, you get to look at a lot of pretty females,
Okay.
here and there,
All right.
And plus, you feel kind of good too, They come up to you when they have a problem, so you feel like you're resolving their issue.
Rescuing folks, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had that problem solution in me, bro.
This is good.
So,
okay.
but,
That's route
so-
you out the door right there.
Yeah, so you're a bouncer. So it's strange to me that you didn't go into like a security firewall specialty.
Oh yeah, no, man. Actually,
Deny IP, Andy.
Yeah, deny Andy just in general. He's like, no.
yeah, no, man.
You're coming in here.
You about to get
No,
on the
sir.
ACL over here.
Yeah.
No, thank God, man. After that, I actually got upset at myself. Honestly, I'm an emotional dude, man. I actually called one of my cousins crying because I couldn't do it no more. I hated trucking. I hated it, man. So
were you doing like long haul, like over the road, or like local stuff?
When I was training, I did some long hauls because they want you to go like cross country just to get your confidence up and everything up. A lot of times, it's a very hard life, man. You know what I mean? So much respect to all the truck drivers or all the folks that actually drive that make everything happen, man. Because it's a lot. Even sometimes when I'm cutting some of the truck off right now, I know, dude, it's a very hard thing to actually drive such a large vehicle.
Dude, I think about that. I'm so glad you brought this up. I think about this stuff all the time, and I actually get really mad when people on the highway are driving erratically around trucks and just being like kind of, just like crappy drivers, right? Like city drivers. It drives me nuts because I know that person is at work. You know what I mean? And like, even if something happens, like he's going to be in trouble. And not only is he in trouble, like with the law potentially, but also at work. Like that's a work accident, right? And it's strange to me that people don't put that in their head. Like that guy's at work or that girl's at work. Like, give him because I don't bust into the Cisco TAC and just start like rolling my chair up next to yours and like, you know what I mean? Like bumping you over to the side and then just being all up in your ear like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? But that's what we're doing to those people because they're at work, right?
Yep.
Like
I think unless you drive for a living, like those 5 years driving that truck for Comcast, Aaron, after that I had a different respect for like you're saying, like, oh, all right, man, you're working, I get it. Like,
yep.
let me get out of your way.
There's another thing about that too where people know you're at work, and so like there's malicious intent into those. So normally people are just ignorant to that fact, right? Like no one thinks about that. They just don't think that people are at work, I guess, for whatever reason. Like it was just a random truck. But no, that guy's not going on vacation, right? He's also not driving to Walmart. But the other part is like the malicious end of that, which is like that's a company. I can run my car into theirs and I can get money from that because they're probably going to settle. And that's happened to me before at work too. So I've definitely been there and like no fault of my own. It's so crazy, dude, that people are like this. It's gonna get me all heated. But anyway, so you were a long haul trucker for a little bit, and that was the training. But then they got you to do local stuff. But did you get the you got the hazmat things? Were you driving like an oil tanker or something?
Yep. I was driving an oil tanker, just in Jersey and a little bit of New York. I did it for about a year and a half, but then I was just really tired of it, man. But and then thankfully, man, there was one of my close friends. I call cousin now, but I used to actually. His mom used to teach me how to read the Quran when I was very young.
Mm-hmm.
So we were real good family friends and stuff. But obviously when you're growing up, it all changes. They moved. They went to Houston. I went to other places. So finally, we meet up at this mosque around this time, right behind my house. And, we say, hey, how you doing? It's been such a long time since they saw me and I saw them. Well, finally, long story short, he actually calls me up after a day or two. He's like, hey, man, I got this contract position for Exchange, like Microsoft Exchange. Are you looking, or do you want to do it? I was like, yeah, dude, I'm open to anything,
Right.
But just a heads up, I don't have a lot of experience in Microsoft Exchange, I don't actually have any experience.
There it is.
What did you go to college for? Because you were like a computer science.
Computer
major,
science.
Right?
Yep.
So you knew what Exchange was, right? And
Yeah. I mean, definitely knew. But when you know about something and then you actually see like Active Directory, you're giving permissions,
Totally
you're taking
different.
permissions away.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Totally,
migrating accounts. So
and getting that first job, right?
Exactly, man. Oh man, I had so many people close the door on me just because I don't have experience. They're like, "Oh, thank you for applying, but you don't have the experience." I'm like, dude, give me a job. I'll get the experience. You know?
I know. It's the chicken and the egg
conundrum.
Yep. But yeah, man. But thank God, thank God, man. God bless him. He actually lives 2 miles away from me now. So
you got that gig. That was your first gig in IT.
Yep, that was my first gig. Yep, that was my first gig at Pfizer. Then we did that he started at. He said, "Yo, it's only gonna be for a 2-month thing. Are you down for it?" I was like, "Yeah, dude. I don't care if it's for 2 weeks. You know, I just need the experience. You know." So finally, the 2-month thing went almost up to 2 years.
Wow.
So it just kept on extending. Then after that, after our contract finished there, we had a real good solid team. So we got another contract for a company called Celgene. But yeah, man, after that, in there, when I was doing Exchange, I saw this dude doing some amazing matrix stuff. You know what I mean? I'm looking at him. He's like typing away over there. He got that, secure CRT with the traditional monochrome going on. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I just would knock on his door, introduce myself and say, hey, sir, you're the only person over here that looks cool enough to do all this stuff. So, dude,
did he offer up a red pill or a blue pill?
Oh my God, I was just gonna say.
But he invited me in, man. He was real nice. That he was actually messing around. It was they had an outage. That's the first time I saw letters spelled OSPF. I didn't know what the hell I was looking at. I was like, oh wow. But then he's the one who actually really introduced me to networking, and from there he guided me to, you know what, you should look into getting your CCNA. It will open a lot of doors for you, this and that, and it did, man. I got my CCNA, and I started applying like crazy, and then finally I actually had a contracting job at Verizon, and then as soon as I got that job, a week later I got an offer from Comcast. So Verizon was not that far. Yeah, exactly that. Verizon was not that far from my house, and Comcast was almost like 90 miles away. So I'm like, yo, I don't know which one to take, but I spoke to my brother, everybody, and when I was working at Verizon, I couldn't do anything. Meaning like they're very tiered. It's really nice, definitely beautiful knock, but they're very tiered based knock, meaning like, if somebody's new or they could only open up tickets, just fill in the fields. Okay, what's wrong? Then you got to send it to the next tier. They do the fiber stuff. Okay, what's going on, where it is,
So you had limited rights, huh? You couldn't really do much.
Exactly. Yeah. And we weren't allowed to log in any routers or switches. That was actually, they called it a switch. I'm pretty sure, Andy, you remember, we used to call into the switch to do maintenances and stuff,
Yep. Yeah.
But hold on a sec, because I just want to make sure that I heard you right. So when you applied for the jobs, the ones like at Verizon and at Comcast, like were those both knock positions on purpose, or did that just happen to be who was hiring?
Oh no, they were knock positions. It was actually an entry level position.
Help desk.
After I got my CCNA, that gentleman at Celgene, David was his name. So he helped me out. He just said, hey man, try to look for any basic networking job. He introduced me. He said that, you know what, it'll be a better option for you if you go into a knock.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And one of the brothers I used to pray with, he also said he used to work at a data center. Doing like mostly, how we do racking and stacking. That's what he did. So he said, yeah, man, try and knock. Then that's what I did. Tried it, but Verizon, because it's Verizon, man. I was
So Mansoor, when you studied for your CCNA, you didn't have any networking experience, right?
Nah.
How long did it take you? Approximately.
It took me a while. Well, CCNA, thank God, I actually studied where I was working at. So
self-study.
It took me
You bought a book
it was
and
straight.
packet tracer.
No. Yeah, well, big thing. CBT Nuggets. God bless Jeremy Char, man. He really helped me out. You know what I mean? So that helped me out. Then self study a little bit with RFCs, but it was too much to read, man. RFCs, forget about it.
Yeah.
I bought a Cisco Press book, but Cisco Press I hated. You know what I mean?
So who told you about CBT Nuggets? Was it that guy who was in the Matrix showing you what was going on?
No. The brother from the mosque did.
Okay.
He told me about CBT Nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I bought another book. The gentleman David, he actually recommended this guy named Todd Lamley. So from Cybex. So his book really made sense, man, and that really helped me out.
It was a good book.
I mean,
it was.
Yes. His book with Jeremy, and dude, I must have watched the CCNA series like good 100 times, man, because I'm a very slow learner, man, and it really, I really got to take notes to understand, and then I watched the video again to take notes. Then I started practicing. I didn't have nothing to practice. So I started looking for a lab. Then I ran across this dude.
Why did you look for a lab? Did somebody tell you need a lab?
No, just to practice. Because I didn't have I needed that hands-on.
You knew you needed to practice. Jeremy was probably telling you in the videos.
Oh yes, because I wanted to try follow him. You know.
Yep. Same.
I wanted to follow Jeremy. So I started looking for a lab, and then a lot of things made sense. Like, as soon as I finished CCNA, I dove right into CCNP, not for the certification, just so I could actually interview. Because honestly, man, when you go for an interview for CCNA, everybody's asking me BGP questions, OSPF, LSAs. I'm like, yo, I don't know what BGP is. You know what I mean? Back in the CCNA, they don't teach you that. Then they're talking about fiber. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know nothing about fiber. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was. So I then finally they said that. I mean, one of the gentlemen that said that, hey man, just keep on going, keep studying, go into your CCNP. And once I did the CCNP, just to study, when I did route and switch, then I finally understood. I was like, oh, okay. Now I could actually confidently go into an interview and answer these questions.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
You know what I mean?
Like, it's strange to me how it almost in a way gets easier the further you go, right? Like CCNA is it's difficult stuff, but then you get to CCNP and it was almost like they were withholding the coolest part of the information. And you I know we all did it. Like we opened up root and we were like, or route or however you want to say it, and we were like, okay, oh that's what they're doing there. Okay, right? Or for a lot of people, it was probably like, okay, that's how the internet works, stuff like that. Yeah. I always find that weird, but I think I would agree with you that learning something that even CCIE level stuff, just to be able to speak to it better, not necessarily to get the cert, is another reason to study that material, not just to say I have the cert, right?
Yep, definitely, man. And then I finally landed a job. It was through a company called Deco. It wasn't directly Verizon, but
they're a staffing company.
Yep. So when I got that, after a week, I kind of did it dirty. I consulted with my father, my brothers, everybody, and then they said, dude, you're going to have a lot of hands-on in Comcast, and you're not going to have hands-on in Verizon. So, it's kind of like an easy pick. Who cares if it's far away? Don't worry about it. You're investing your time. So I was like, all right. I just walked out of Verizon. I said, peace. I went in. I was like, how y'all doing? I handed my badge in and just walked right out.
And that was a long commute for you, right? It was like an hour and a half each way?
Into the city, right?
Yeah. But thank God for New Jersey Turnpike, man. In the nighttime, you just fly, baby.
Take the third shift on purpose.
Hey, Mansoor, I want to point something out real quick before you get to the Comcast knock, because other guests have said it too. When you knocked on that dude's door in the Matrix and said, hey, what is that and can you show me? I just think that's huge, because if you hadn't done that, you have to be your own advocate. You got to ask questions. You got to, if you hadn't and you just walk by, you might still be dealing with Exchange. So,
well, the other thing,
you're right, man.
The other thing that I want to hit home is the fact that you had about 30 seconds worth of self-deprecation there where you were just like, I'm a really slow learner. I watched the CBT Nuggets thing 600 times in a row and all this other stuff. But I just want to clarify, though, that when Google has a networking problem, who do they call again? But that's such a cool thing to say though, because like you know yourself better than anybody's ever going to know you anyway. So no one's going to put words in your mouth. But the fact that you're saying like, I am such a slow learner, like you have no idea. But you're the dude that Google and AT&T is the freaking internet. AT&T stands for American Telephone and Telegraph. And that company's been around for like 200 something years at this point. Okay. And they're calling you like half the things that we do on this planet are because AT&T is a company, but they're calling you when they have a network. They don't have.
Man.
So here's a question: why don't these? You're getting into the Comcast knock, and that's near and dear to my heart.
Sure.
But I something just like off the top of my head while I'm thinking about it, like all these places are like calling you. You're a direct support person. Like, at what point are they just going to be like, we want him to work for us directly?
Oh no. I wish they could. I think they have that. What you gonna call
like
it?
A non-compete or something.
Yeah. They have that. I forgot what it was called, man.
Yeah,
it was something.
It's something like that where they can't like poach people.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's an interesting thought, right? Like if those people are calling you, I mean, that literally puts you at the top of the food chain as far as I'm concerned. And it's like you are you're the guy with the keys in the Matrix, and you're like come and get it. But like,
do you ever mess with them when they call you? Like, what? You can't Google this? Like,
no. We're not to say nothing, man.
You're like,
man. You'll be surprised.
Does that make a black hole? If the guy from Google calls Cisco TAC and then the Cisco TAC guy Googles the answer, does that create a black hole? Yeah. It has to, right? Wait, and he's using AT&T internet, fiber internet into the building. Anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, man. It's definitely humbling, man, and I got rejected a lot from Cisco, but
really?
But yeah. I'll get into that after I do the Comcast thing. Once I got into Comcast, man, it was a whole game changer. My life changed. Everything changed, man. Andy. God bless. Yeah, exactly. It was great, man. I met some really cool people. I was so nervous. I was shaking, even in the interview. One of the gentlemen that interviewed me, he was a senior dude, but cool, super cool, man. He asked me about, at the end of the interview, he asked me about, hey, let me just ask you a question. Do you know MPLS? Do you know what that is? I was like, sir, you know what? I just know the acronym, and I know like you already know where you're going, but with labels, that's pretty much it. That's all I know. He was
that is pretty much it.
Yep. So he was so cool, man. This guy, like, I didn't know who he was until I got into Comcast, but this guy was so cool, and he just let it go. I'm like, then when I walked out of there, I was like, I didn't get the job, man. Damn. You know what I mean? I just sat down in the car. I just said, took a big breath and just left. And my father said, yo, how'd the interview go? I was like, Pops, it was all right. I didn't know a lot of stuff. But at the end, the guy asked me a question. I couldn't answer him. But he said, oh, don't worry about it. If it's good for you, you'll get it. And then, a couple of weeks later, man, recruiter called. We did our negotiation, and thank God I was in. And then they had real good people, man, a lot of seniors. And that was one of my things. I asked a lot of questions, and I'll question you to death if I don't understand, you know what I mean? Because, I don't want to make a mistake, So it was real cool. I did my training over there, met great people, and then they threw me in the night shift. They actually told me up ahead, they're like, yo, most likely you're going to be working night shift. Do you have a problem? I was like, nah, man. I function better in the nighttime anyways, But lo and behold, it takes a toll on you, man. But the good thing was, man, nighttime is where all the fun happened. You know what I mean? That's where all the maintenance is, all the network outages, all when everybody's sleeping, what goes on to the boxes, that's what happens. You know what I mean? So it was fun, man. And then I met a great gentleman over there, Andy. Andy came in, taught me a lot of stuff, you know what I mean, about what's going on, how to hook things up and stuff, you know what I mean? It was fun, man. And
And I want to mention something because I sat right next to Mansoor in the knock on midnight shift, and we were edge guys. We were supposed to work, the last mile, and that's what our responsibility was. But every time I look over at him, he's in these boxes I never seen, jumping around. He was in the core, in the cran, all night, every night, because I guess you wanted to learn, right? You were hungry. You wanted to get more and more into the network, and and you were always grabbing me like, yo, look at this. Isn't this cool? Check this out. But you were always chasing, you were trying to get deeper and deeper into the network, even in the beginning.
Fun, man. Like when I first got in, man, it was real like we had access to boxes, but we couldn't go into config mode or nothing.
Right.
And our manager at the time, Tanya, she really fought for us. Finally, we got in. And when Andy came in, it was fun, man. And me and Andy just clicked, you know what I mean? And thank God he sat next to me but I just felt bad because I talked so much. Andy's like, one time he just turned around. He's like, yo, can you just shut up, dude? Just please. You know what I mean?
I did not.
No, I was fucking with you, man.
In my defense, I could not sleep that whole year on mid, so I was all screwed up. Like you said, it takes a toll. I would go home and sleep an hour and get up. It was awful. So
that was the only.
I hadn't slept in 6 months when I might have snapped at you. I apologize.
So what you're saying?
No, man, that's all good.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Nah, but it was fun, man.
I'm an old soul, AJ. I'm an old soul.
Nah, it's cool.
When you were talking about him teaching you stuff, I was like, how to like shotgun beers and.
Nah, man, it's really humbling, man. Like when Andy told me his story, and I'm like, dude, it's so amazing that you're putting 2 and 2, both of the worlds together. You actually did what we're actually supporting on site, and now you're actually doing it on the router side. Right? It's freaking amazing.
It was cool.
I don't understand what the hell's going on. He's talking about optics. I was like, yeah, all right, sir. So what's going on with the links? You know what I mean?
But I was able to help you with the physical, and you were able to help me with the logical, so it was really nice.
But yeah, man. And logging into the boxes, it's just. That was my goal, man, just to move forward. You know what I mean? I didn't want to sit because it was a comfortable job, but I didn't want to, you got to step out of your comfort zone. And I really wanted to move out into a different
Did you have your
team.
MP there, or were you still working on it?
No, I was still studying for my MP.
Okay. Did you get it while you were at the knock?
I actually got it when I was my last couple of months at Comcast.
But your move after the knock was your big move, right? I mean, to me, that was a big move.
I want to learn. You know what I mean? I want to be that guy, So
you were always working past your shift. You were always there hours after your shift ended. I mean, Mansoor's the guy you want. He's the one you want to hire because he wants to work.
Yeah. I mean, that's the theme, right? It's like, he's hungry, and if the hungrier you are, the more you're gonna eat.
Nah, man, it was fun, man. A lot of people just told me, like, dude, it's freaking 12:30 in the afternoon. Why aren't you going home? I was like, yo, man, it's my outage, and I want to finish. I want to know what's going on. I kept it this far. A couple more minutes or a couple, like an hour or two is not gonna kill me.
And you were not hourly, just to clarify. You weren't milking the clock. No, you weren't getting a cent.
You got that sweet knock salary.
Yeah.
So then, you're calling into TAC at that point, right? For certain things.
Yep. So we'll make cases. We'll do cases. We had like a dedicated Comcast team. Yeah. Just for Comcast.
Kind of like how you have AT&T now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So real cool people, man. I got, I asked them a lot of questions, and sometimes they say, yo, they don't know. They'll try to find out, real cool people. But they also just told me, like, they didn't say, all right, man, just run these commands and that's it. They actually told me, all right, man, this is what you're going to be doing when you're checking out BGP summary or something. You want to be checking out how many prefixes coming in, this and that. They were actually helping me learn.
They were teaching,
and I was taking notes. Exactly.
Nice. Yeah.
And same thing with Juniper, folks. I was a big, I love Juniper, as well. And I worked on it a lot. And that's how I learned. And folks in CFTS in India, a gentleman, I actually got into it with like my first or second outage. But after that, man, we became really good friends. And then he was my go-to guy, man. Every time I had an issue, I'll just hit them up, and out of respect, I'll make a case because everybody doesn't just work. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let me reply back to Mansoor.
So you were developing relationships with the vendors, and
Yep,
then you could call them directly. That's
exactly.
So where'd you go after Comcast?
So after Comcast, man, I had a really good opportunity in Comcast. In Comcast, I got married. I had a kid. And I was really upset because before that, Andy was a very close person to me. You know what I mean? He was just like my brother, man. You know, when he was leaving, I was really upset. You know, so but then I was like, you know what? I gotta make some moves too, man, because you lose somebody and you I don't know. It's a weird thing with me. So anyways, I had a kid and I wasn't moving up, man. That was the only downfall of where I was at. When you're in night shift, man, you don't get acknowledged. You know what I mean? You get a kudos, say, yo, good job, but your acknowledgement of what you could have, what you saved, how much, how big of an outage you just helped out with the company.
Right, because everybody's asleep, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're saving the world all night, but you go to like interview for the next position, and all those people in there are like, who is this dude? We've never even seen him before.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And then, you know what? It was a big transition. Everybody was moving to charter. It was a big thing. When I went out, I had to move to Denver. Everything was done by charter, so it was real nice. I had to sign something for I got to stay there for a year, or I got to pay the money back and stuff. You know what I mean?
Big bump in pay.
Yeah, real big bump, man.
Oh, because they moved you to Denver.
Yeah. That's the only place I had to go to Denver, which wasn't bad. When you, I always thought to myself that I would never leave New York or Jersey or the tri-state area. Well, tri-state, not tri-state, New York or Jersey. I don't like Connecticut. I mean, no offense to anybody. But,
you hear all that? You Connecticut.
It's like, forget about Connecticut.
Yeah, no. It's just.
How do you feel about Vermont?
Vermont's a cool place, man. Yeah. AJ there, that's why. Yeah,
that's why.
But
what
man.
What were you doing at Charter? What were we doing out there?
Charter, I actually went when I was in Comcast, I got just promoted to network engineer too, but I actually wanted to get a senior position because I know I was a senior level.
Yeah.
No, they didn't want to give it to me. Charter gave me a senior position, and when I went to Charter, it was really cool stuff because when I went in, I remember I did my interviews and everything was good. Then on my first day, a guy comes up to me. He was like, yo, have you ever worked on Juniper? You know what that is? I was like, yeah, I kind of know what Juniper is, And then he's like, oh, there's a thing called XR, iOS XR. You ever worked on that? I just look at him. I'm like, yo, is he being funny or I don't know what's going on,
Oh, he's being sarcastic because it's like, of course I do, serious. Idiot. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. He didn't know I was his team lead. So I was like, oh, yeah, no problem, man, But when I kind of felt bad, too. I was like, damn, man, I hope I didn't, pass, stop on his toes or something. But, I didn't say nothing. I was like, yeah, I worked on it before. But, Charlie actually really gave me the opportunity of, I won't say managing, man, because our manager was cool. He wasn't that technical. So a lot of, the escalations and everything came to me. From from our within the team and from people I work with. Like I said, man, I talk a lot. I talk with everybody. So I built a lot of relationship in Charter with everybody. So I helped out people on site, people doing optical stuff. So that really helped me out too. Just to be at, I won't say a manager level, man, but at least be a true team lead. So that helped me out a lot. But I started hating Denver, not hating Denver, just the environment, man, because it was too slow for me. It was beautiful. I love the mountains.
So Connecticut is out and Denver is out. Is that what
Yeah, no.
Which one's worse though, Connecticut or Denver?
Yeah.
Oh no, man! I'll pick Denver over Connecticut. Man. Yeah, I like Denver.
Wait, what happened? Like, what happened in Connecticut? We gotta know.
Oh no, it's just.
I always heard Connecticut's nice. I've never been there.
What was her name?
No,
What was
it's
her name?
no, it's just it's just yeah. No, but not in Denver. It was a beautiful place, but it was just it was nothing to really do over there. You know what I mean? I'm not a hikey type of person, man. You know. And
I'm over here like nothing to do in Denver.
Yeah, no, meaning like, I'm not, hiking or doing hunting or people talking about like, going out in the mountains and drinking. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? I don't do none of that stuff.
Sounds like a good time.
So I was
Vermont.
yeah.
Oh yeah, meaning I like the mountains. I like going there, but that's pretty much it. I like looking at it.
He
Take
likes
the
being
pictures, and that's pretty much it.
You like being in the
Oh
town.
yeah, you go to
but
Denver
seeing the
downtown.
mountains
It's
in the distance,
like,
right?
oh yeah. No, man, it was really beautiful. That's the best part of Denver. I like. I got in my car as soon as I walked out of my apartment. Boom! You see a beautiful scenery, man.
Yeah.
That was highlight of my day.
You want to see the scenery, you just don't want to be in the scenery.
Exactly.
It's scenery, not where it's got to be in the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a question though. So
Sure.
because you're a city guy, right? Like I'm not leaving the bi-state area. I guess we narrowed it down to. What like the city in Pakistan that you lived in, was that like New York like, or was that like Denver like? Because there's a lot of mountains in Pakistan, right?
Yeah, a lot of mountains. It was more of a New York like. It was like a New York / villagey type, you could say, because you could actually go to the downtown and see all the craziness happening. But when you go out to the burbs, like it's like New York City, and then you're living in Long Island, or you're living in Queens. You go to the burbs and stuff, so you're okay.
Gotcha.
So it was like that, but yeah, man, that was pretty much it. Denver was our go-to spot was Walmart. There was only one freaking Dunkin' Donuts in the whole Denver area. You know what I mean? And which closed at 7:00. Can you believe that? 7 p.m. You're closing Dunkin' Donuts at 7 p.m. I was about to throw a rock at Dunkin' Donuts.
This is the most New York conversation I've ever had in my life.
Right.
But
So how long were you in Denver for?
I was in Denver for a year, man. I joined July 22nd charter, and my last day was July 23rd.
Gotcha.
Is that when you went to TAC? Did you go from charter to TAC?
Yep. So after charter,
how do you get into TAC first of all? I mean, was that a career goal of yours? Did they approach you?
Yeah. So it was two things three things I really wanted to do. Either get into Cisco, Juniper, or Google. Those were my three dream companies I really wanted to work for. Juniper was very close to me because I did a lot of work on Juniper. So I was very good with Juniper, And Cisco, I always wanted to be in because all the folks that really taught me a lot of great knowledge, and plus, we studied Cisco. When you're going into networking, you study Cisco stuff.
Right.
So and to me, and I applied a lot to Cisco. I got shot down a lot of times, and even this time, I told my wife, I was like, "Oh, it's another interview. I don't know, but I'm not just gonna say no, or I'm not just not gonna oversleep because." I know I'm not gonna get it. I'm still gonna try.
So were you just applying for anything network related there? Is that?
Yeah.
I was
I was just trying to move out of Denver, and I was either trying to go back to New York or go to Jersey or somewhere East Coast.
When you looked at those Cisco job postings you were applying, did you have everything on that list?
No, not at all. Not at all. Definitely.
So I love
not
how like matter of fact you are about that, because there's so many people that are like that. You see one little thing like must lift 75 pounds at the bottom, and you're like, yeah, no, that's not me.
I'm out.
I'm out. And then just don't apply. But it's in your case, it's like you read the whole thing, you're like, nope. Must lift 75 pounds. That's me. I'm applying.
But for that TAC role you applied and got for, What'd you have? Like
Yep.
50, 75% of the qualifications? I mean, there are things on there you didn't know, right? Or have?
Yeah,
experience
yeah.
with.
So one thing really stood out was I had a lot of XR experience. They were looking for somebody that did work on CRSs, that did work on ASRs, and heavy.
Man.
So that was the two biggest benefits I had of me working, at Comcast, at Charter. So my first interview, I had 7 interviews in
7.
Cisco.
Wow.
Yes,
For
7
the TAC
technical.
position?
Yeah, 6 technical, 1 non-technical.
Whoa.
Yeah.
6 technical interviews to get this job?
Yes, 6 technical.
Holy.
But the first interview, dude, I was so scared, but I was just me, man, because I did so many interviews, and then God bless the dude. He was one of my teammates, Victor, senior guy, beautiful person, man. And dude, he just talked. He got on the phone. It was a video interview. So how you doing, man? So how's everything? I was all prepared to he's gonna ask me about TCP and going crazy, packet header stuff. Nah, man, he was real cool. He was just talking. He was like, yo, so what do you think about switching? Can you define a little switching for me? And he was actually reading me out as a character type. And then actually later on the interview, he asked a couple of technical questions, and which was a little hard. But it was real nice, man. And he really he made me feel good. That was that interview, that he made me feel comfortable. And I really, really appreciated how he handled the whole interview process, just him and himself.
What do you do when you don't know an answer?
Oh,
Sorry.
I just say I don't know. I just say, hey, I don't know, or I don't try to, say, oh yeah, I worked on this before. Nah, man, I don't know. He asked me about configuring routing policies on BGP. Can you give me an example? I was like, dude, I never configured a routing policy, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
Everything. Then I just told him, I was like, hey, troubleshooting a live config and setting something up from scratch is a totally different beast.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're setting up from scratch, you know what you're doing.
Right.
You know what you're doing in troubleshooting because you know what to look for. All right, man, I gotta go into the logs, I gotta check this out, what interface is going in, what the member is. That's how you troubleshoot it. And once you're testing or setting something up is, you're going step by step, and sometimes you forget, man,
Yeah.
So, but from there, it was really nice. Then I had another gentleman, real cool dude. He asked me a lot of CRS questions.
Did they get harder and harder? Like with each
yeah,
interview?
it got a little harder and harder.
Yeah.
But when I got to my last, my 6th interview, it was the senior guy. He was there over 20 years, and cool ass dude, man. He ain't asked me nothing technical. He said, "This is what he said." He said, "Dude, you made it this far. I'm sure you know what you're talking about, So what's your favorite movie?" I'm like, what? What? Yeah, I mean, so, and then, it was so nice, man.
Wait, what's your favorite movie? What'd you tell him?
Yeah, what is it? Come on, man.
Oh, I told Bad Boys, man.
Bad
You know
Boys.
what I mean?
That's awesome.
So,
Why did I didn't even see that coming. I did not.
yeah, man. I mean, just that team itself made me feel so good, man. It was like, dude, like
Who
I
are the people
wanted
that
to get it.
interviewed you? Are these all like
It was all my team.
your team now?
Yep. It was
That's
all
what I
my
figured.
team. But so the senior most person is Pat Sir. He's there. I call
A lot
him
of
Sir,
CCIEs?
yeah, a lot of CCIEs, man. Almost half of the team is CCIE. Oh well, more than half.
Oh, wow.
Honestly speaking, man, I'm very humbled that I work over there. It's a great company, and I don't know a lot of stuff, dude. Just off the bat, like when people open up cases, I'm looking at it like, oh shit, yeah, I don't know. I was like, oh, I don't know this, man. You know what I mean? But
What do you do?
God,
Do you
man,
reach out to your teammates? Do you guys have like a knowledge library?
Yeah. So exactly. So what it is, Cisco has his own database, which is really great, and they had the database all the way. They have cases from like 1980s.
So all the cases. It's like
that's how old. Yeah, they have. It's beautiful, man, and
Wow.
it really helps you out. It's great documentation, and then honestly speaking, because you can't go through documentation. Every single person, it doesn't matter what team they're in, they'll always help you out. nobody ever said no to me. You know, they'll just say, "Hey, man, I'm a little busy. Give me 10 minutes. I'll hit you up."
Yeah.
You know, nobody ever said no. That, all right, man. You know, you got to do this. But I try to do my due diligence. You know, try to get all the information, or try to look at it. And once I can't get nothing, or I can't go forward, then I reach out. You know, then, hey, I kind of need help, man. You know, can you help me out? So yeah, man, it's that's how, you know. And I ended up in Dallas. Well, Frisco. Yeah.
Frisco. Man.
So how long have you worked for TAC and Cisco?
It's actually, I just had a year in August. August was my year, and Cisco is very, very generous. They don't throw you right on the bus right away, like you're not taking cases. So when you join, you actually have a really nice, really good time of studying and getting trained. You assigned a mentor. Your mentor helps you out. Well, you got a couple of mentors. They give you a timeline, or they give you like a program. Each team has its own program. So like service provider, they'll give you a program that, hey man, you want to study 1 week, just study MPLS or all VPNs, you know, try to know what's going on, try to do the configuration. That's what they want to do. One week is on CRSs, go in and out CRS, know about multi-chassis, know about the fabric links, you know. But the thing is, you start and you finish the whole thing, you know, but you forget what the hell just happened, you know. You're like,
Right.
oh man, yo, yeah, exactly. It's so much information, man, and I'm guaranteed, dude. I sat there. I started at 9. I went all the way till 6, just studying CRS, just one day, just on freaking how the packet flows. And at the end of the day, man, I'm like, damn, I still don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how it is, man. Like, you know, but I try, man.
So that's
just,
nice.
But now, do
for
you
months.
get your own lab and everything like that?
yeah, man. That's the beauty, man.
Yeah, but hold up.
Freaking-
But hold up.
yes.
His lab is probably a little bit different because you got iOS XE and XR, I bet, right?
Yes. We
Oh,
got
boy.
we have live boxes. We have CRSs to break, ASR 9Ks to break,
9K.
NCSs.
Jesus.
Yeah, we and Cisco's coming out with new boxes called Spitfire Cisco 8K. So, which is gonna be really nice. Yeah, man, it's really cool, man. They give you, so we got that. Then AT&T is very generous. AT&T gives you a lab too. So yeah, man, God bless those people. Like if you're thinking about, yo, you know, you're gonna work at Cisco, you're gonna get a lab, you sure damn self gonna get a lab. You know what I mean?
You have the
it's
internet.
all lab.
You have.
Yes.
Do you have your own BGP-AS over there?
Nah.
It's a transit AS too.
Yeah. Nah, man, it's fun, man. It's definitely fun. You know, it's a blessing. I like, and the culture is cool, man. I got a cool ass manager. My manager is just like Andy. That's how cool my manager is.
Oh, I don't
You
know.
know what I mean?
I don't know. That doesn't sound all that cool.
No,
Hey, Mansoor,
man.
you see these faces here? I don't know what happened from the time you and I worked till now, but none of these dudes appear to like me much.
You know, it's just because
And
we
every-
haven't met Andy in person yet.
That's
missing
And every
link.
compliment you give me, all their faces go sour. Like,
like,
they're
wait
eating
a
lemons.
second.
Like, not this dude.
No, because we're actually like just kind of salty.
Not Dad.
Yeah, because all we hear is like all these stories about how cool he was, and then he like shows us pictures about like him jumping out of airplanes and partying, and we're like, well, why do you keep doing that to us? Like, where is this guy? Like,
He's
I
like,
got married and
man.
had kids, bro.
he gets
Yeah.
on you,
Nah,
and he's
man,
like, well, I yelled
it's
at 2
cool.
kids for being on my lawn today. And,
Mansoor, I got in an argument one day with Aaron, and they haven't let me down since. They're still torturing me about it. I was beating them up about being a telco guy, and ever since, I'm the grumpy old man, and blah, blah, blah. So thank you for reminding them I'm a human with feelings, and most of the time
Yes,
I'm all right.
yes.
yeah,
Cool dude, man.
So,
nah, man.
all of our listeners open TAC cases, right? I mean,
Yes.
I've opened way too many in my career because I don't know what the hell I'm doing,
oh,
right?
dude,
So,
I've learned so much from TAC.
oh, absolutely. I mean, can you give us any tips on, you know, what makes a good TAC submitter? Like,
Yeah, how can we help ourselves, or how can we help you help us?
My go-to is have a drawing and send them a show tech. Beyond that, is there anything better we can do to help you help us?
Yo, that's an excellent way, man. Having a topology view and show text, like having something that you're actually calling for, because we get a lot of cases that have like router down.
Right.
That's
Are you
it.
serious?
Like, all right. So what else is going on?
Yeah. I mean, you need details, right? The more specific stuff you can get, the better.
Come on.
Exactly.
Is it unplugged? Like,
right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Did you turn it off and back on?
Yeah, exactly.
I got halfway through that, actually. That's my problem.
It's just show text gives you a lot of information, your logs, what you want to know, what actually when the trigger happened. That's one of the biggest things that we ask, that hey, when did it happen?
Time correlation is huge, right?
Yeah. What kind of troubleshooting did you did, if you did any, or something of that nature. But just be clear, man. Just be clear on what the problem scenario is, because a lot of times it'll happen, and then you're on the bridge, and then you're talking about, oh yeah, like Andy was doing the maintenance yesterday, he reloaded the whole router. I mean, that's good information.
Yeah.
Might as well, you gotta let us know that somebody actually reloaded a router.
Do you? I mean, maybe not with Google and AT&T, but do you run into like cases where a guy's scared that somebody's gonna find out what he did, so he's just like, I don't know, it's not working, and then you find out dude that opened the case broke it, somebody didn't tell you.
Exactly. We did that a lot, man. It was well, I mean, AT&T is really strong, very strong engineers in AT&T. Google itself is very strong.
You got to own your mistakes. I've broken a couple big things in my relatively short career so far, and I mean, it's terrifying and it sucks, and you wonder if you're going to get walked out. But you got to go right to them, like, I messed up, because I found so far management will protect you if
if you speak the truth.
Because everybody makes mistakes, and that's what my leadership.
Console cable, and they're like, something happened.
Nope, nothing here. I was actually trying to get something out of the vending machine with this.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll be back.
Man.
Is there ever a time where you guys can't figure something out?
Yes.
And is that when you say it must be a bug?
Yes. So what it is? So check this out. A lot of times, a lot of times, what happened is when somebody opens up a case, usually AT&T and Google is really thorough with how they upload, their information, all the show text and stuff. So you got to go through everything, and plus, when you're going through, good thing is they actually they have an automated tool in Cisco that actually checks every single thing. That hey,
I was going to ask how you parse all that info.
Yeah, this many cases.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's like this many cases has been opened on this box, this particular problem, this X amount of time.
They're tracking all those analytics.
Oh wow.
Yep. So it's amazing, man, how people do. And automation, dude, it's just a monster, man. It's just people that are doing automation. Big ups to them, man. It's just they have superpowers. Yeah, that's how it is, So I'm telling you, man.
Dan just reminded me. Am I wasting? So the weird cases that like it's not obvious, TAC's not getting back to me, they don't know what's going on. I spend a lot of time looking for a bug online because to me it looks like a bug. Am I wasting my time? Should I just leave it to the experts? And if there's one, because I might be under the false assumption that like Cisco doesn't want to tell me it's a bug.
Yeah.
But
right. So I'm trying to find a bug for them. Like, well, listen, this is exactly what's happening, and it says it's a bug, and you haven't answered my question yet. Like, should I not do that? You know what I mean? Is that insulting that I'm telling you, like, hey, here's a bug?
No, not at all. Not at all, man. You're actually helping the guy out. Because the thing is, man, they got to understand, when people open tag cases, you're not the only person that's opening a tag case that we're actually looking at.
Yeah.
We got multiple tag, and it goes by priority, right? So if it's a P1, obviously that's priority. P2 is priority. P3, all right, man, I'll get to it, P4 is just, I'll get to it. You know what I mean?
P4 is to ask a question, right?
Yep. P4 is ask a question.
I've done that a few times.
Yeah, me too, man. But the thing I want to get at, Andy, I did that too. I did that a lot when I was on the customer end. I learned a lot just by checking out of like, if this is a bug, like, they'll have commands that I never used, you know.
You guys
Or
have
they're
secret
like, okay,
commands,
man.
right?
Yeah, they do have secret commands. Yeah.
Can you tell
Like
us?
not secret like secret commands like crazy, but they have like shell commands. You got to go into shell, you run them in order to grab some stuff, and mind you, that's not for us to interpret. We have a escalation in our own. It's called BU. You guys probably heard BU business unit.
Yeah.
So BU, that's our escalation.
Well,
that
the Unix guys or something? Because you're talking about like iOS like XE, right? Where it's basically on Unix anyway.
Yeah, XR. If you
XR.
do like, if you go in XR, you do run. You'll go into a shell, just like
yeah.
how in Juniper you go start shell, use a root. You know.
Yep.
So you'll go into that and you'll try to grab commands. So basically, we're grabbing information for them to decode, and once they decode and they can't get an answer, they actually go to the code developers, the people who wrote like XR 533, you know, people who wrote the code.
Wow.
They actually go to people, and it's so cool, man. When you talk to these people, it's like you're talking to a robot. You know what I mean?
What if it is?
They have, and when you talk to them, it's not like they're not talking about BGP. They're talking about like the interconnects of how BGP was born and how everything happens, how BGP is talking. I'm like, whoa, you know, I don't understand a word they
this
say.
eBGP loves this EBGP. Do they have an IBGP? And sorry, that was really lame.
But nah, man, they talk about like they have you guys probably seen it like 0x something, you know, that kind of code. So it's like all code name, and they could actually just see the numbers on the screen, and they know the problem. They know, okay, you know what? Oh, you know what? This is getting punted because of it didn't actually make it to the ASIC level. You know, I was like, dude, how'd you know that?
Yeah.
But and they answer, oh, we've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool.
So wait,
You know?
you guys are blowing my mind. There's secret commands that you can run on these things?
Well,
No, not secret commands.
No,
it's
there's
more
secret
of,
commands. Don't lie.
no, you're
I've
just
seen
going
it
into the
attack-
shell. You're going.
I
into the
remote
shell.
my TAC guys in with WebEx, and they're doing stuff that I've never even seen or heard.
Yeah.
You guys
like,
got
yo,
some
They don't
secrets.
teach you that in the CCNP manual.
No.
Oh no, they're not. Some commands are
You can't
not
even
open
question
to
mark it. Yeah,
public.
it's not even there.
Yeah.
I know.
Some commands you're not.
You guys are cheating.
It's not open to public. No, because that's only commands. Because some of those commands could actually bring the router down. You know, so you got to know when to execute them. You know,
I
but I don't do that. You know, we actually get to the problem, what the problem is. You know, then we find the solution, because main thing the customer wants is a root cause. That's the main thing we got to figure out. You know, but then we have our escalations. That's the beauty of just working in this team, that it's so hierarchical that it's easier just to go to somebody. You can't just go to somebody to the BU directly, because they're gonna say, "Hey, did you do this? You know, you can't just do that. You have to go through our escalation, then to their escalation. But the only thing is, the customer doesn't understand. Customer's like, "Yo, it's down. Bring it up right now." You know. So that's,
Are they pushing you? Are they pushing to get your IE? Do they want everybody to have an IE there?
No, man. They're actually really chill. They actually want everybody to get a grasp of automation and cloud computing, because that's where a lot of heavy duty is. IE just in itself is a perk, because you get a lot of money. First, IE is free for employees. You know, just to go there and take it, and then on top of that, once you get it, you get $10,000.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
You get money for you to obtain IE.
Are you studying cloud or automation? Because there are two things I just been handed at work. Like, yo, you need to learn this.
Yeah, so automation, man. I really wanna. I tried a little bit. Well, I got a code. I've been using one code. I used it in Comcast, used it in Charter. I'm using it in here. That's the only code I know. You know. And
What's it called? One code, you said?
No code. I wrote a code. It's just this. It's only a couple of lines, but it does
Like
the job.
a Python script or something?
Yep, Python script.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it does everything I needed for it to do, you know, so I don't need nothing else. But yeah, man, cloud is where you want it to be at, man, because cloud is taking over like crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And a really good platform of cloud is A Cloud Guru. I don't know if you guys ever heard A Cloud Guru, Linux Academy. They're very good, man. Very, very good.
Nice.
Oh, Aaron's shaking his head. You never heard? Oh yeah, man. So A Cloud Guru would actually, they give you labs to do, and you don't have to do it on your computer. It's on their servers, so you're not using your resources.
Right.
You know?
So it's like a CBT Nuggets for cloud, basically. They'll teach you, and then you can lab, and like it's a subscription service kind of thing.
Yep. It's a subscription service, but it's actually a little more like they help you do the lab. They give you the workbook. They have it's on their own server, so it's nothing, and you can practice anytime you like.
Okay.
It's not like rented, you know.
Here, Mansoor. I have one
Sorry.
final question.
Yes, sir.
You ready for this?
Yep.
OSPF or ISIS?
To me, it's ISIS, man.
Oh yeah. Everybody furiously Googles now. They take it out of everything, but I think it's rad.
Yeah. No, ISIS is very, cause it's very extensible. It's very easy to use, and it's rocking and rolling right away, man. You know.
Yeah, it's plug and play. You don't have to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
OSPF just LSAs make me go crazy sometimes.
That's the point.
Yeah.
They just throw more acronyms at you.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate you telling your story and sharing all that with us, and stepping us through your life there. And don't worry, I know you said my story's a little weird, but sleep
Story's
easy,
a
my
little
friend,
awesome.
because everybody's has been weird thus far, including our own. So, and you share a
I
similar path
appreciate
with a couple of us anyway. So, I mean, what's that tell you? So
Definitely.
yeah. So
Thank you, guys.
we'll put all your information if you want it public, as far as your social media and stuff like that. Like if you want it public in the show notes, and where people can find you if they just want to pick your brain. 'Cause you're the type
Your
of guy that would answer
direct Cisco TAC email address.
Yeah, his desk phone at the TAC.
It's like, hold
You
on,
just
hold
have
on.
to
What
you
is
just
that
have to
again?
pretend you work at Google. It'll work though, because if you send him an email from a Gmail account, you can just pretend like you work at Google. But no, dude, you've been rad and super smart guy, and we appreciate all your insights too. So that's
Thank you
information.
for everything. You guys rock, man. The art and engineering, I've been hearing it since and it's fun, man. It's really fun, and it's just like it's like you're extending your friends. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, it might sound a little geeky, but in IS to IS, the way they tweaked it, they put TLVs. So I feel like I got TLVs around the world now just because of you guys, like art and engineering, because it's fun, man. It's like we hear people and we could relate. Like, it's just like watching a Friends episode. You relate to the Friends episode. It's just like this, man.
Like
we could all relate to each other. Exactly.
Nice.
It's fun, man. Thank you.
Can I be Joey?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get into that at some point, but yeah. So
man,
I speak for everybody here, man. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being a good sport. And if you're listening and this is the first time hearing it, do us all a favor and smash that subscribe button. Thank you, and good evening.
Hey everyone, this is AJ. If you like what you heard today, then make sure you subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcatcher. Smash that bell icon to get notified of all of our future episodes. Also, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We are at Art of NetEng. That's Art of NETENG. You can also find us on the web at artofnetworkengineering.com, where we post all of our show notes. You can read blog articles from the co-hosts and guests, and also a lot more news and info from the networking world. Thanks for listening.